Miami Heat Nation, what is going on? So, in today's video, we got some breaking news coming out. We got several stories that we need to break down. One of the stories is involving Tyler Herro, which he went viral yesterday. We also got another update on the Kevin Durant situation, and it's getting serious. But before we do start today's video, if you guys enjoy Miami Heat content, you guys already know we upload every single day. And our goal this year is to upload for 365 days. And I couldn't do it without you guys. So I just want to say I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Continue to keep liking, sharing, subscribing. And let's get back in today's video. So this came out like 25 minutes ago. This is Shams, and I guess he was on the Pat McAfee show, and he dropped some gems. So it says report on ESPN. Shams reported that the Miami Heat, the Houston Rockets, and the Minnesota Timberwolves are the teams most engaged in trade talks with the Phoenix Suns about Kevin Durant. Now, there also was another report that came out yesterday that Kevin Durant will be traded by the end of the week or next week or even during the draft. So there's several reports of when he's going to get traded. But the three teams that are the finalists are the Miami Heat, the Houston Rockets, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, this necessarily might not be great news for the Miami Heat because these two teams have better options what the Miami Heat can offer. Unless Kevin Durant, which he hasn't yet, and I don't think he will, comes out and say, listen, Phoenix, do me a favor. Please trade me to the Miami Heat. Then we probably won't land him. Now, the reason why I say that is because when you look at the Houston Rockets options, they have Jabari Smith, they have Jalen Green, they have Tari Eason, they got Cam Whitmore, they got Reed Shepherd. I mean, they have a lot of young talent that the Phoenix Suns may be interested in. But not only do they already have a lot of young talent, they have draft capital, which the Phoenix Suns don't have much of. And so the Phoenix Suns want to build with Devin Booker. And how they do that with young players and draft capital. And so the Houston Rockets make perfect sense for Kevin Durant, unless the Houston Rockets say, listen, we don't want to give up Green. We don't want to give up Smith. We'll give you Tari Eason. We give you, Cam Whitmore and some picks. Would you take that offer? Then the Miami Heat can compete. It just depends what the Houston Rockets want to keep and what they want to give up. Now, the Minnesota Timberwolves is also another tough option just because they made it to the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row and couldn't reach to the finals. So obviously their main objective is to go to the NBA Finals and possibly win it. And they possibly feel like Kevin Durant might be that next guy, next option. Now, what they could possibly offer is Julius Randle, which the Phoenix Suns still want to compete. So Julius Randle would be a piece to help out Devin Booker. They can offer a young piece in Rob Dillingham, and they could also offer some depth in like Dante D and maybe a first-round pick. That could possibly be their option. But then when you look at the Miami Heat, they need to be involved in a three-team trade, possibly with the Brooklyn Nets, so the Phoenix Suns can get a center in return because they want Kel'el Ware, but the Miami Heat are saying, no, we're not giving you Kel'el Ware for Kevin Durant, which I totally respect. It makes no sense for Miami to do that, right? We can offer Wiggins. We can offer Duncan Robinson. We can offer Jaime or Jovic. And I think it gets to the point where Miami does get desperate, and they offer Jaime and Jovic and Wiggins and Duncan and maybe a first-round pick because they know the other options, other teams have better, picks to give up and better players to give up. So definitely going to keep you guys updated with this situation. The Miami Heat are in the finalists, on the run for Kevin Durant. Like I said, this could be good news. This could be bad news. But the teams that we're going against, it's going to be tough. Now, in other news involving Tyler Herro, which is our franchise player, he's going viral everywhere. And man, oh man. And this is actually the art where he was saying it. The focus on the Suns conversation has been on the few of the teams, Houston, Miami, and Minnesota. So no lie over here on the Pat McAfee show. Now, Tyler Herro, right? So we're going to get to this Tyler Herro thing. So Tyler Herro was listing his top 5. And when he was listing his top 5, he said KD's name 3 times. So he goes LeBron, Kobe, and then he goes Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant. Now, Aiden Ross, I'm assuming he's a Miami Heat fan, and he caught on, right? He caught on to it, and then he said, no way, is it happening? And then Herro was just like, what? Like, I'm just naming my top 5 players. But Tyler Herro was slick with it because he knows that Aiden Ross has a big community and a big fan base, and he knows this is going to go viral. And it already went viral. I mean, this has 400K impressions, and this is just off one page. So Tyler Herro is clearly hinting to the front office, please trade for Kevin Durant. Please, please, please. Like, that's what he wants. You know what I mean? Because he said name top 5 and kept KD 3 times. That's clearly a hint that he wants Kevin Durant. Sorry, I can't play the video. I don't want to get copyrighted or anything like that. But that was interesting. Then Tyler Herro also says he uses NBA 2K to build the teams he plays during the season. He says, I see the vision while we're playing them. So that's an interesting thing to say because I actually haven't heard that from an NBA player. So I thought that was pretty cool to hear from Tyler. And then we all know Aiden Ross's Chad's like one of the biggest trolls, right? The biggest trolls. And they trolled Aiden and they trolled Tyler into thinking Kevin Durant got traded to the Miami Heat. And he also said Herro is just like us right now, waiting for that trade. So these players don't know what's really happening. They don't know nothing. Only people that know what's up is the front office. And then maybe Pat Riley, the front office, and maybe the head coach, right? That's all they know what's happening. They're not telling the players, yo, listen, yo, Tyler, we're about to trade for Kevin Durant. He's waiting just like us. So clearly, Tyler Herro's recruiting Kevin Durant to this Miami Heat team, which you typically don't see. You see that from Bam. Like, Bam's the one that's doing all the recruiting. But Tyler's the one that's like, yo, listen, yo, KD, we want you here. Like, we want the big 3. And then there was another report pretty much saying, listen, they're not planning to trade nobody from the big 2 and Bam and Tyler. They want to add to that. So we kind of already got what the Miami Heat are trying to do this offseason. They're trying to keep Khalil Ware because he's the big part of the core. They're keeping Bam and they're keeping Tyler. These 3 players are untouchable. They're not going absolutely nowhere. What they're trying to do is add pieces to that core because they think they can compete in the Eastern Conference. Now, if we bring back Davion Mitchell and we get Kevin Durant and we don't have to give up too much, this team's going to compete in the Eastern Conference. Like, they are. The East is not that good. Do they win a championship? That's the big question that we just don't know. And we won't know for a long, long time. So I'm going to definitely keep you guys updated on this situation. This is major. This is major, right? And Tyler also was asked, like, do you want to stay in Miami forever? And he's like, man, I hope so. So Tyler wants to stay in Miami forever. And it looks like Pat Riley wants Tyler here forever. So for all the people like me that wanted Tyler traded and still want Tyler traded, he's not going nowhere. He wants to stay. Pat wants him to stay. It is a business at the end of the day, so anything can happen, but it's very, very unlikely. So once again, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Continue to keep liking, sharing, subscribing. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And I'm out. Peace.